Welcome, my friends, to another edition of the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. This can be a short one. I want to show you the up-to-date, new and improved heritagewealthplanning.com website. I added a quiz on the front page that I want to walk you through because I love it. I think it's fantastic. And I want heritagewealthplanning.com to view it for yourself. What you'll see here is you'll see my little, are you in your 50s, concerned about retirement, wondering if you have enough, and then you scroll down and this quiz pops right up there. And I got this from outgrow.us, I think, or outgrow, right here. Outgrow, I think it's .us, outgrow. I can't remember, either outgrow.us or outgrow.co. It wasn't .com, but I think it's outgrow.us. Anyway, man, it's awesome. It wasn't as user-friendly initially. If you just take an hour to two to figure out what you're trying to do for building a quiz, you can get it done. But it didn't happen as quickly as some of the other quizzes that were out there. But the end result is by far and away 10 times better than the stuff that I've been using before in terms of plugins on my WordPress.org website. So here, you think you're ready to retire. So I'm going to say, yeah, this guy, Josh, I like his website. Let me see what he's talking about. You take the quiz, and then you're going to get these slider bars, okay? You're going to get these slider bars. And what we're going to look for is the answer is going to show up right here, your liquid net worth. Now, this, again, is the exact same quiz I had before, my 3-part retirement readiness quiz. This is the same concept, except for a couple things. One is more visually appealing. 2 has got slider bars, and 3, it actually includes tax rate. The other one didn't include tax rate, and that was a deficiency, actually. This one does, because you are going to pay tax. All right, so how much annual income will you need in retirement? So let's just click on something. I think I'd put it in increments of 5,000. So I did. I put in increments of 5,000. So you can say 55, you can say 60, or did I do 10,000? I thought I did 5,000. Anyway, so maybe it's 10. Okay. So we did increments of 10,000. I need 50,000 in retirement. What is my annual guaranteed income? This includes Social Security plus any pensions. Do not include portfolio distributions. That is not included in your annualized guaranteed income because A, it's not guaranteed. It's just not. So we don't want that. We just want annual guaranteed income, which could be annuities. You might have an annuity as paying income. You might have a pension, and you might have Social Security. And this will be, of course, if you're married, filing jointly for both spouses, not just one. Let me just go back. How much annual income will you need in retirement? Again, take your time to think this through. This is the most important question there is. And I've said this a million times a Sunday. Can't do retirement planning for just throwing some number up against the wall. You can't. You got to know how much do I need. And again, it doesn't have to be specifically to the penny, but it should be pretty doggone close. So if I need 50,000, well, how do we get there? Do we get there by just happenstance, a guess, or do we get there by actually some thought process at one end? So we want you to think this through. The second one's actually easy. Your Social Security benefit is going to be what? Your pension is what? Your annuity, if you have one, is what? So we can get that. Now, estimate your tax rate. And again, I use this quite a bit to go over the tax consequence. And so, if you're $50,000, your tax rate's going to be 10. All right, most likely. And I'm just using 10, 20, 30 because there's a plethora of different tax rates to use. But let's just use this for example. So if your tax rate is 10%, or if your gross income need is 10%, your tax rate of $50,000, and your tax rate is 10%, and you have no money coming in from guaranteed income, none, you're going to need $1.38 million to be able to meet your retirement needs. All right. Now, I do say this calculator is no guarantee of your retirement. Cut off there, so I got to fix that. So this calculator is no guarantee of retirement success. That's what it was. This calculator is no guarantee of your retirement success, and it's not. What we're doing is we're using the 4% rule again. We're saying at the end of the day, if you have $1 million and it's in a 50-50, 60-40, something like that portfolio, and you'll be able to pull $40,000 a year off of that without really the threat of running out of money over 30 to 35 years. No, I'm pretty comfortable with using that as a starting point for sure. Remember, that's your safe withdrawal rate. That's what our studies, academics and whatnot have kind of, I hate to say proven because you can't prove future happenings, but they've calculated to the extent, it's been calculated enough that most people are pretty comfortable to say, hey, that's a good starting point. Again, with the bond rates as low as they are today, there is some variations that maybe it's 3.2%, but I think using a 4% as a safe withdrawal rate is fine. Remember, that's just safe withdrawal rate. The average one, sometimes you ran out of money if you're willing to take that risk, versus sometimes you had a lot of money left over. It's about 5.5 to 6. So, the safe withdrawal rate of 4% just means you never ran out of money. In historical terms, on average, you could take 5.5 to 6%, and sometimes you did, and sometimes you didn't. And that's either one is fine. I like the 4% because it says at the end of the day, we know we need 4% a year off our portfolio, and most likely we're not going to run out of money. All right, so if we have $50,000, no guaranteed income, no Social Security, for instance, and we're in a 10% tax bracket, we need $1.4 million. But let's say we have $45,000 of guaranteed income from Social Security and it's pensions. It's still in the 10% tax bracket. Well, in that case, we need $138,889. Again, all we're doing is we're taking the difference of this, subtract by that, and divide the $5,000, the difference between these two, by 0.04, and that gives us $138,000. Now, what if our tax bracket is 20? You can see it goes up to $156,000, not a significant increase, but at the end of the day, taxes are being considered for sure. Frank, I don't think you'd have a 20% tax bracket if you had $50,000 of income, of which 45, the bulk of that came from Social Security, but it's fun to play around with. What if you need $100,000 of income and you have $45,000 of guaranteed, and you're in a 20% tax bracket, which is a pretty good starting point because you're probably going to be in a 22% tax bracket. Most likely, it depends on the standard deduction and whatnot, but most likely you're going to be in a 20% tax bracket, 22%, close. So you're still going to need $1.7 million. But if our tax bracket is only 10%, we're going to need $1.5 million. So you can kind of see. And then what if our tax bracket is 15? I didn't put that in there. You can figure that out. You say, look, if I need $1.5 million at 10%, $1.7 million at a 20%, then inherently I need 1.6. That's right. At a 15%. So you can kind of figure that out. I'm a pretty big fan of this quiz. Actually, I like it quite a bit. And I just say, remember, when it comes to retirement, you do not get a do-over. You have to get it right the first time. If you want unbiased opinion, then contact me. I'll give you an unbiased opinion for sure on your current needs, and it'll go right to the connect page, right there. If you want to find out how much that costs, it'll go to services. If you want a one-time 2-hour consultation, it'll be $500. I'll be happy to provide that for you. I need to get some information from you, though. I need to think this through a little bit. I can't just say, you're throwing all caution to the wind. I'm going to talk to this guy, spend $500. That's not what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to get you on a better path, which means we need to get some information from you first. That's for sure. And we can talk about that later on. But right here it'll take it to the connect page. If you want to connect with me and set up a schedule for me to look at your stuff, I'll tell you what you should do, or I'll tell you how good you are, but I am going to charge you $500. And I think it's well worth it. I know it's well worth your time and your money for sure. But at the end of the day, you might not need that. Maybe you got $50,000 a year of income need, and you only need $5,000 after you subtract out your Social Security. You got $140,000 sitting in a moderately aggressive portfolio. You're good to go. You don't need anything. I mean, I don't really believe that. I think there are other things, but that gives you a pretty good analysis of where you are today. And you should be in a pretty good place. So remember, it's guaranteed income subtracted from the amount you need, and then your tax rate. And I'll give you a number right here of how much you need in liquid net worth. Liquid net worth includes a 50-50, 60-40, maybe 40-60 stock to bond portfolio. Can't just all be sitting in cash. At the bank, can't be. And anyway, so that's the new quiz. I hope you like it. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Be my pleasure to chat with you, but I would like for you to let me know what you think, and certainly share this with folks too. Just go up here, right click the URL to copy, and then you can share that with anybody you want. And there's nothing to sign up for. I don't know who you are. You can always sign up for my blog down here, which I think, right down here. Always sign up for my blog right there. And my blog is where I post everything. So if you click on blog up here, you'll see all the various iterations of the podcast, the YouTube channel, lots of different info. So sign up for my blog. That way you get notified when I create new topics on here. My Wi-Fi is pretty slow here today. We got like 6 people on it right now, so it's taking some time. All right, folks. So that's it. I hope this. Yeah. There you go. Time. Let me just get myself. There we go. All right, so that's it, folks. Just want to kind of point out my new quiz. Give it a shot. Send it. Share it with your friends. Let me know what you think. I would be interested in it. Do you want me to create some other quizzes? There are other quizzes I've been thinking about. I got a whole bunch of notepads in here for other quizzes I'm going to create. If there's some stuff that you think would be interesting from a quiz perspective, I'd like to hear that because I think quizzes are fantastic. I like them. And apparently most people do too because they get a lot of feedback on them. So tell me what you think, what kind of quiz you'd like for me to create in terms of financial planning, and I'd be happy to put that out there. All right. Don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up, comments, and then notification button. And anything I can do for you, please let me know. And we'll see you next time on the Heritage Wealth Planning YouTube channel. Thanks, guys.